the country as you see it.
Hello everyone, I'm John Chun. Welcome to Sharing Vietnam. Our topic for today is the effects of science and technology and innovation strategy in Vietnam's economy. We have a very special guest today, so let's take a look at a clip to get to know him. Hello everyone and welcome back. Our guest for today is Dr. Tai Yung Shin, Senior Research Fellow at the Science and Technology Policy Institute. Dr. Shin, it's a pleasure. Thank you for joining us today.
Nice to meet you.
And so Dr. Shin, you're here in Vietnam. You've been here for 3 days. What's your purpose here so far?
Oh yes, there is a UNIDO project which is assisting to formulate the Vietnamese government STI strategies 2020.
I see.
So we are here, totally 10 people, 10 experts are here.
So Dr. Shin, I know you're here in Hanoi, a part of the International Advisory Board. Is this your first time in Vietnam?
I came here first time 3 years ago. At the time there was a joint project between Korean government and Vietnam government. And then last year I came here too. At the time there was a mission by OECD because I'm a vice chairman of a Committee for Science and Technology Policy in OECD. So we had some STI review of the STI system in this country.
And so since your 3 years since you first arrived, have you noticed any differences in Vietnam?
Oh yeah, I love this country. Whenever I came here, Hanoi is full of energy. I like to walk on the street and look all those waves of the bikes.
Yeah, lots of bikes. Yeah. Dr. Shin, what are some of the changes that has stand out to you that you've seen in Vietnam?
Oh yes, I can see many changes. When I walk on the street,
more cars and bikes.
Yes, more cars, and that means people buy more cars. That means people get richer.
Yeah.
And that's what I feel. Yeah.
And so normally when you come to Vietnam, your time here is short. So what do you like to do, or what do you like to eat here in Vietnam?
I like hot pot.
Hot pot.
Yes, seafood in Vietnam is
very good.
Very good. Yeah. And then tropical fruits are very
fresh as well.
I like papaya.
I see. So Dr. Shin, I know you have a lot of experience in policy and strategy development, and you had a lot of key position in Korea's STI Policy Development Institution. So could you share with us a little bit about your mission and what do you hope to accomplish here in Vietnam?
Okay, I am involved in UNIDO project, the UN Industrial Organization. And then this project started 2 years ago.
I see.
And then through this project, we're going to assist Vietnamese government to formulate a new strategy for the development of STI capacity. So I have been working in science and technology policy area over the last 20 years in Korea. So that kind of experience will be some
very
kind
helpful.
of
So Dr. Shin, that's actually our topic of discussion for today. And before we jump into the talk, actually let's take a break. And here's a clip about the current situation of STI in Vietnam.
science and technology have been one of the key sectors in the Vietnamese economy and were targeted for significant growth during the second five-year plan. Vietnam's leading learned societies are the Union of Scientific and Technical Association and the General Association of Medicine, both in Hanoi. The State Commission for Science and Technology supervises research at the university and institutes attached to the Ministry of Higher Education. The Institute of Science organized research at the institution. All research institutes are attached to government ministry.
It's been adapted and become a popular snack for people here.
Hello everyone and welcome back. So Dr. Shin, how would you assess the current situation of STI in Vietnam?
Oh yes, Vietnamese economy shows a remarkable performance over the last 10 years with a higher growth rate of GDP. And then this is, I think, about the time to take off to the industrialization in this country. Nowadays, science and technology is the most fundamental factors for the economy. Conventionally, labor services and capital accumulation determine the economic growth, but nowadays the knowledge is more important. More important. In this case, knowledge means science and technology.
Exactly.
So, for the fast industrialization of Vietnam, science and technology capacity will be very, very important.
And can you elaborate on how important will STI be on Vietnam?
In my evaluation, Vietnam has a very good education system, and then there's plenty of manpower. So what is needed is just a little investment.
I see.
Will make ignite to the knowledge production of this country. So this is a very good right time to formulate the STI strategy 2020
and invest more into STI. And so, what I want to ask you, which field of Vietnam's economy can benefit most from a focus on STI?
Every sector.
Every sector.
Every sector is STI is very important, particularly. Industrial and manufacturing sector must be supported by the science and technology innovation. Yes.
I see. And can you give us some advice for Vietnam to develop the STI?
So far, industrial activity was led by the foreign direct investment multinationals. If multinationals operate in this country, because the science and technology activity will be very limited, and then they are out of influence of the Vietnam government. Therefore, government has to make some effort to provide knowledge production for domestic companies. So small and medium enterprises will have greater STI capacity and then increase the competitiveness, and then eventually will grow very fast.
Definitely. And so Dr. Shin, STI definitely plays a very crucial role in the development of Vietnam. So actually, let's take a break and let's take a look at a clip on STI models around the world. Hello everyone and welcome back. So Dr. Shin, with your vast experience and knowledge in STI, what can you share with Vietnam? What models of success can you share?
My personal experience in Korea was I was the person who introduced the technology foresight to the Korean society. Technology foresight is kind of planning by interacting with many stakeholders.
I see. Okay.
So this will be very effective to build up consensus of the stakeholders.
And I want to ask you, why is it important to include many stakeholders?
So, nowadays, because the science and technology has include many stakeholders, different interest groups. So we have to bring them all together, and then we have to build a consensus. So in that way, we can increase the transparency of resource allocation. So that could promote increase R&D investment.
That this model that was very successful in Korea can be applied to Vietnam.
Oh, surely. Yeah. If Vietnam wants to make development in STI area, then increase in R&D resources is inevitable.
Definitely.
Then to increase the transparency and then increase the strategic approach, this foresight activity is inevitable.
And you're part of the board that is advising the government currently on its STI strategy for 2012 up to 2020. Could you give us some comments or remarks about
in the process? Still, it is now in the process. In the process of formulating strategy 2020, there are many people get involved, which is very desirable. And then they have their own opinions, and then those opinions get together and for the development of the Vietnam economy.
I see.
So we can reach some consensus and then make a final decision.
So from what you've been working on, what advice or recommendations can you give?
I am involved in the to identify the key technologies in Vietnam, and then about 50 to 80 experts in Vietnam get involved in this exercise.
Wow.
So we derived so far about 200 topics of technology, and then we'll make assessment over these topics.
And so, Dr. Shin, will your personal future plans, will you come back in Vietnam and continue to assist, or what's your plan for the future?
Yes, I'd like to help if needed.
Definitely.
Because I have some experience, so my counterpart is NIST-PAS, National Institute of Science and Technology and Strategic Studies. So I can communicate with the Vietnam expert to formulate some good policies for the development of STI capacity in this country.
Yeah, and I would agree. Vietnam can definitely benefit from a person like you with the expertise and knowledge. And so actually that concludes our show for today, Dr. Shin. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure. That concludes our show for today. Thank you for watching Sharing Vietnam. From all of us from NetBit, channel VTC 10, I'm John Chun. Live for today, and we'll see you tomorrow.